81 children. Page number 80, exploring forces were discussed in last class. I did it from school actually. I think lot of echo was there. So if you have not understood anything, you can just leave me a text and I will see to it. Now, a force can change the state of motion. This activity 7.3, 7.4, 7.5, all that is being, now you know the new syllabus, no? They have, from the government children, they have sent the reduced portions. Since due to this pandemic, schools are not started and the time what we are getting is very less. So they have reduced few things and all the teachers has been sent the, already sent you the reduced portions. So regarding physics, no chapter has been removed completely. Only few concepts and activities are being emitted. So as far as this lesson is concerned, children, you have now this activity 7.3, 7.4, 7.5, 7.6, almost all the activity 7.7, 7.8, 7.9, 7.10, you should not tell 7.10, you know, no? 7.10, all the 11, again 1, all these activities are removed from the portions, children. So, I will just read the text part, whatever is giving as for now. A force can change the state of motion. So, you might recall some situation. For example, while taking a penalty kick in football, the player applies a force on the football. Before being hit, the ball was at rest. So, its speed was 0. The applied force makes the ball move towards the goal. So, in penalty kick, I don't know much about this football game, children. You all might be knowing. Penalty kick means the ball he can, other things what the other team players will be hitting the ball continuously. If at all he comes towards him, he can hit the goal. That is the thing happens. Penalty goal, a penalty kick if at all they opt for, like power play in cricket, penalty kick if they choose in football, children. So the football player will keep the ball on the ground. So it is in state of rest. Any force acting on the ball? No for now. So what he do? He will give a kick to the ball and his aim will be to push the ball towards the goal. So that is what he did. Now the applied force make the ball move towards the goal. Suppose the goalkeeper dives or jumps up to save the goal. By his action, the goalkeeper tries to apply force on the moving ball. So, initially what football player did? The ball which was at rest was kicked by him and in turn gave the motion. The goalkeeper work is what? To avoid the ball from reaching the goal and so that the team does not get the goal point. That is the work of the goalkeeper. So, the ball which was at rest was by applying the force, that is by kicking, the footballer changed the state of rest of the football to changes to the state of motion. But the goalkeeper here will dive or jump or do all such sorts in order to stop the ball from reaching the goal. Means he is changing the state of motion of the ball to state of rest. Hence they say that the force applied can change the state of motion. That example they are trying to explain it here. The force applied by him can stop or deflect the ball, saving a goal being scored. If the goalkeeper succeeds in stopping the ball, its speed decreases or comes to 0. Means its ball again comes to rest. These observations suggest that the force applied on an object may change its speed. If the force applied on the object in the direction of its motion, the speed of the object increases, and if the force is applied in the direction opposite to the direction of motion, then it results in decrease in the speed of the object. Please underline this statement, children. It is very much important. If at all the force is applied in the same direction in which the object is moving, then the speed of the object will increase. Suppose if the force is applied in the direction opposite to the direction of motion, then the speed of the object will decrease. Now here, in case of football only, the ball he kept on the ground. The player kept the ball on the ground. So now it was at rest. Now he gave a kick in this direction, means in the same direction the ball is moving, means its speed or velocity will be more. But the goalkeeper here in turn is avoiding the ball from reaching the goal, means he is applying the force. His aim is to push away the ball. from reaching the goal. So he may either stop it or catch it or even push it backwards. So the ball is coming towards me, but I am catching the ball and throwing it backwards means with whatever direction it was coming, I am pushing it back. So when in that case, when the force is acting in the direction opposite to the direction of motion, then the speed of the object will be less. That is what they are telling here. That is very important statement, children. Next, they have given the activity of that the tire one, beating with the stick and moving it, that you might have played. Next, let us consider some more examples. In a game of a volleyball, players often push the moving ball to their teammates to make a winning move. Sometimes the ball is returned to the other side of the court by pushing or smashing it. In the cricket, a batsman plays his or her shot by applying a force on the ball with the bat. Is there any change in the direction of motion of the ball in these cases? Yes, of course. In case of volleyball, children, if at all the ball is coming towards your court, okay, many of you will be standing in the team. You are experts in volleyball. You have many volleyball players in your class as well. So when you hit the ball, what you are hitting may directly not go into the opposite team court. So what you do, you hit and you may give it to the one of your other team members so that she or he will send it to the other court. Here you are changing the speed as well as the direction of the ball. That is what they are doing. In the example of cricket, children, the batsman hits or plays his or her shot by applying force on the ball with the bat. Is there any change in the direction of motion of the ball in these cases? Yes, of course. Yes, no, but the bowler, in whichever direction he is bowling, in the opposite direction the batsman is hitting the ball. So here also the change in the speed as well as the change in direction of the ball is taking place. So all these are just the examples, children. In all the examples, the speed and the direction of the moving ball change due to the application of force. Can you give few more examples of this kind? Yes, you can think of it, children. A change in either the speed of an object or its direction or both is described as the change in its state of motion. Thus, a force may bring a change in the state of motion of an object. So, by all these examples, children, we are concluding that yes, the question was before we start with the session, can the force change the state of the motion? After discussing with examples, our answer or our conclusion is yes. The force can change the state of the motion, maybe the state of rest or state of motion, and also the change, and it can change the direction of motion of the object. So, next they have very important question, children. So, they have given one box here, state of motion. State of motion of an object is described by its speed and the direction of motion. The state of rest is considered to be the state of zero speed. Any object may be at rest or in motion, both are at same state of motion. I said, state of motion, there are two types, one state of rest, one state of motion. Individually we are not mentioning. State of motion and rest motion, eradu it will come into play. That is new term to you, so they have explained you separately in the box. You can just go through it. Next is, does it mean that the application of force would always result in change in the state of motion? Do you think, children? So, in all these examples, maybe of football, volleyball, cricket, whatever we consider, even in toy car example, everywhere we saw that the application of force is changing the state of motion of the body or changing its direction. Does it happen in all the cases is the question. Whenever you apply force simply, will the change in state of motion of the object takes place? To understand, I will give you here only one example. So here I have the ball. I am applying the force. I will apply force. Many of my friends can come and apply the force. Can I move the ball? No. The force which I am applying is not now changing the state of the body. The body means here is the wall. Example is wall. The wall is now in the state of rest or motion. It is in the state of rest. Correct? I am applying force on the wall. Can I push or move the wall? No, I am not able to. So children, it doesn't mean that force always change the state of motion or direction of the body. There are few cases in which the force we are applying may not be able to move the object. The heavy truck will be standing. So can you, if you go just give a push, can you move it? No, you cannot. The train will be there. Can you just move the train by yourself? The engine of the train is not starting. So can few of you push the train so that it will move? No. In such examples, children, the mass is more means it is difficult for us to change the state of motion by application of force. So in almost all the cases, the force can change the state of motion of the body, but in few of the cases exemptions are there where not. So by that we can come to the conclusion that not always the force which you are applying on the body can change its state of motion. It is common experience that many time application of force does not result in change in the state of motion. For example, a heavy box may not move at all even if you apply maximum force that you can exert. Again, no effect of force is observed when you try to push a wall. So these are the few cases where we can say that the force applied may not always change the state of motion of the body. Next concept is force can change the shape of an object. So we understood that force can change the state of motion of the body as well as its direction. Can the shape of the body also be changed? So let us examine. But I said you this activity 7.5 is removed, children. But to understand the concept, let us go through this activity 7.5. Some situations have been given in column 1 of table 7.2 in which objects are not free to move. Column 2 of the object suggests the manner in which a force can be applied on each object, while column 3 shows a diagram of the action. Try to observe the effect of force in as many situations as possible. You can also add similar situation using available material from your environment. Note your observation in column 4 and 5. Here, description of situation is being given to you in one column. How to apply force has been explained to you in one column. Picture of those similar examples are being given to you. So these two columns you should apply. Action of force, whether there is change in state of motion when you apply. If yes, you tick yes. If no, you tick no. If similarly, if change in shape is taking place, tick yes. If no, tick no. With pencil, you need to do it in your textbook, children. So we shall discuss it. A lump of dough on a plate. Pressing it down with your hand. So how you have to do also they have said you in first column. A lump of dough on a plate. Your mother to prepare roti or chapati will prepare the dough. In the round shape nicely she will prepare and keep it in the plate. What you will do, you will go apply force in the downward direction. What will happen, children? Yes, of course, there will be change in the shape. Similarly, a spring fixed to a bicycle seat. By sitting on the seat, so spring is fixed onto this seat of the bicycle. So spring means when you sit it will compress, and when you release it the spring also will get released when you get up from the seat. So what action of force is taking place? Change in action or change in shape you need to write. Next is a rubber band by suspending it from a hook or a nail on a fixed wall. So fix a nail here. I will hang the rubber band and pull it down and release it. What will happen? That also you need to answer. A plastic or a metal scale placed between two bricks. You might have played this in your classroom, children. In between two benches, place one big plastic scale and you go on adding weight in between. That is what they have done. No, a plastic or metal scale placed between two bricks. Put the weight at the center of the scale. What will happen to the plastic or the metal scale? You think and answer. So, what do you conclude from these observation noted? What happens when you apply force on an inflated balloon by pressing it between your palms? What happens to the shape of a ball of dough when it is rolled to make a chapati? What happens when you press a rubber ball placed on a table? In all these cases of examples, you saw that the force on an object may change the shape of the object, children. Yes, no, the balloon, if you press it will compress. Some cases it will blast, but in some cases, no, if you apply, it will change the shape. But when the force is released, it will come back to its original shape. Even the plastic or the rubber ball, if you apply the force, again it will deform. Deform means change the shape. If you apply the force, in some cases it will come back to its original shape. In some cases, it will not come back to its original shape. So we can conclude this by these examples, children. Yes, the force can change the shape of the object. Having performed all the above activities, you would have realized that a force may make an object move fast from rest, may change the speed of an object if it is moving, may change the direction of motion of the object, may bring about a change in the shape of an object, may cause some or all of these effects. So these are the conclusion points till now, whatever we have discussed. What a force applied on an object can do. It can change its speed, it can increase its speed, it can reduce its speed, it can change its direction, it can change the shape, it can, what else is given? All these four things may happen, or all the four may also happen at a time in four cases. While a force may cause one or more of these effects, it is important to remember that none of these actions can take place without the action of the force. Yes, this is very important. So all this may be change in increase in speed, decrease in speed, change in direction, change in shape of the object. All this can take place only when this external force or the force is acting on the body. If no force is acting, then none of these changes can take place. That is what they have said. Thus, an object cannot move by itself. It cannot change by itself. It cannot change the direction by itself, and its shape cannot change by itself. So none of these activities can happen on itself, but it can happen only in the presence of force, or when force is acting on the body. So this is what is about change in state of the motion, children. In the next session, let us discuss the concept of contact forces, that is muscular, friction, all these, and again almost all the activities has been removed and few concepts are also removed, which I will be telling then and there. Till then, please go through the textbook, read the lesson, read all the activities which are not there also. It helps you in understanding the concept. And shortly I will be sending you the notes. Don't wait for me to complete the lesson. You can start writing the